Peace and love, and welcome back to the channel. Uh, this week we'll be doing another technical analysis video about support and resistance. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and the subscribe button. Uh, Hit the bell also so you can get notifications every day. I do a pre-market report where I evaluate how the markets are looking, as well as give out a few tickers of things that I see that maybe we could probably make some money off of. So also make sure that you share the video as well. Help me grow the channel and whatnot. So as I said, we're gonna talk about uh, support and resistance. And basically what I endeavor to do is to give you and get you familiar with some basic price action concepts, about reading candlesticks and chart patterns. So, hopefully you'll be able to use this information to come up with your own trading plans and whatnot, and be able to have a better understanding about price action. And so, what is price action? Price action is the movement of a security's price plotted over time. Price action forms the basis for all technical analysis of a stock, commodity, or other asset charts. Um, you know, Most traders use price action, especially those who deem themselves or uh, day traders. They use price action, you know, uh, and to get an idea of a trend that's either forming or has already formed. Um, and you know, Let me just stop here for a second. A lot of times you'll see charts, even me, that has all these fancy indicators on it. They got the MACD, they got the ADX, they got all these different, indicators and whatnot. And those are cool. I'm not downing them and I'm not knocking them. But as a trader, you have to have a strong foundation, and you could trade without a MACD, right? You could trade without an oscillator, or a stochastic. You could trade without all those things. But here's what you can never trade without. Uh, well, let me say it another way. There's two things that you need in order to trade. That's price and volume. That's it. That's really it. So, what I'm gonna try to show you today is how to utilize price and volume to give you a little bit of an edge, to give you the edge that the indicators give you. How about that? Um, to give you an edge. So volume is the most readily available indicator, uh, you know, that we use, right? Uh, there are volume indicators available on most charting and trading platforms. Um, you see those on the simplest of charts. I don't even care. It could be a line chart. You will see that they have volume on that chart. And volume is our most important topic, because no matter how accurate our technical analysis is, price cannot and will not move in our direction or at all. If there's an absence of adequate volume. Volume can be an indicator of market strength. As rising markets on increased volume are typically viewed as strong and healthy. When prices fall on increased volume, the trend is gathering strength to the downside. When price reach new highs or new lows, on decreasing volume, watch out, a reversal might be taking place. And so we're going to go over that. We're going to look at these charts and show you exactly what I'm talking about as it relates to volume. I got a very good example, and I've been talking about this really at the open. So I'll definitely go off of a play that actually I entered yesterday, and I want to talk about how price, volume, and support and resistance are all kind of intertwined. So uh, support and resistance are certain predetermined levels of price of a security at which it is thought that the price will tend to stop and reverse. These levels are detonated by multiple touches of price without a breakthrough of the level. Uh, let me, so support and resistance, to make it very simple and very plain. So, so when price support levels is when buyers step in, right? Uh, Resistance levels, where the price goes up and it hits a certain point. Resistance levels is where selling takes place. Okay. Some people call them supply and demand zones. That's a little too deep for me. Um, I try to keep things as simple as possible. So, buying is what tends to, matter of fact, is not support if they're not buying down there at that level, right? Now, you could break that support and everything like that, but support, let's just go with the basics. Support means buyers step in, resistance means selling is taking place, okay? So, let's get to it. We're going to look at Amazon right now. Um, we're going to chart Amazon, and you all bear with me because I haven't done it this way in such a long time, but it's always good to go back. So, as you can see, we kind of doing this live because the session is going on. I'm gonna try to get out of here in about a half hour because power hour is coming up, and I got some things that I want to. I may make a trade. So anyway, so what you want to do is you want to start from a macro perspective, right? You want to use a large time frame. You want to use several large time frames actually when you're doing your markups on charts. So I really don't necessarily use the yearly chart um, because there's not a whole lot of movement, but for the sake of this video, we're going to use a few. So I'm going to go over here and get me some horizontal lines. Here we go. Horizontal line. And what you want to do is you want to follow price until you see a reversal take place, right? So let's go with this on the yearly chart. Kind of moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up, kind of stalls, comes back down. I'm not sure if this broke. No, this didn't break. So to the low side, we're going up, higher high, higher high, higher high. The next candle didn't go as high. So that means, and this big wick means, this big topping tail means that we have hit resistance on this candle at 102.53, right? 102.53. All right, we'll just put it there. All right. So that's that. Now we'll go and look at the other highs. We'll go up here and then we see that the next level of resistance, which happened last year, was this level at 188.65. Amazon just had their stock split, so the prices are. I know people may look at this video. It's fairly new. So we'll put a line there, right? And then now we're on a downtrend, right? So um, there is no lower lows. Actually, this year is the first year that Amazon has created a lower low, and it has really blown it out the water. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So I'm on it. This is the yearly chart. I did that. So now I'm going to go to the monthly chart. This is typically where I start making my support and resistance line. So uh, all these alerts going off. Um, so for the sake of this video, and that we can get up out of here, what we're doing is the same thing. We're looking for breaks in action. We're looking for it to go into a particular direction and then pull back or stop, I should say. Like, let's start right here. And this one is at $34. I do not think Amazon is going to $34, but you never know. Um, so we go up, we come down, and another sharp turn. You want to look at all these little sharp turns. And yeah, I'll put it there. Let me see, what's this low? 2370. All right. Next level. Let's go up here. Let's go up here. Put a support line right there. Let's go up again. What's the next level? And that's all I'm doing is I'm looking for sharp breaks. I'm looking for topping tails or wicks, whichever one you want to call. I call them topping tails. You call them wicks, maybe. That's the technical analysis term. But anyway, we go up, we go up, we go up. This could be considered right here, this little break here. It got a pushback right here. It did create a higher high, but these three candles for these 3 months kind of topped around the same area. So I'm gonna put it right here, because over here I see that that this once resistance did turn into support. Okay, so let's keep it going. Now we're up here. I put one there. Then we got a nice pull back to this level. This is another support level. Bloop. All right. Stuff is fun to me. I like it. I love it. Okay. We got to pull back right there. But, this is only a matter of a couple dollars. So I'm not going to put a support here. I'm not going to put a line there. Maybe I will on the weekly chart once we get there. So then again, we're steady creating higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Whoop, we get up here to 177.61. And we're going to put one there. Came back down. Hit a support, hit a support. All right. Right here. Multiple touches. And here's another right here, this last month's candle. Really, I should wait until next month to do that. But again, we're in a bear market and whatnot. I do not think we're going to take out that high. Stranger things have happened, though. Anyway. All right. So That's support and resistance lines off the monthly chart. All right, let's look for breaks on the weekly chart. Same thing. Now, let's start over here. We went up. You could, I guess you could put one right here theoretically. I'm not going to because I don't want to make all these different lines in my chart and make it look ugly and confusing to you all because these are a lot of yellow lines. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm comfortable with this here. What I'm seeing, this should be enough to give you all a general idea of support and resistance lines and uh, how to mark up your own chart. Okay, now let's look at the daily chart. Same thing. We could put a resistance line there, I guess. We could put one here. We could put one there. Um, could put one here. Well, let's put one there. All right, that one looks. Let's just put it here. Now, I also want to say this, and it's very important that you all understand this. A support and resistance is not just a particular number, right? See what I'm saying? All right. Here, the low, it came down to 130, 135.35, right? And it bounced to a resistance, but it took a couple days and then it took off. So uh, we see that right here when it came down, it fell to 133.57 and then it bounced, right? Whereas over here, it came down to one, oh boy, that's good stuff right there. I was waiting on that notification. Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's get back to it. Um, we see that we got a reversal here. So what my point is that it doesn't hit to the T all the time, right? Because it's a zone, not necessarily a price, a particular price. Okay, that's what you got to be mindful of. Because when it came down right here at 135, it did bounce, and then um, they messed around and missed earnings, and you know, and it fell from the heavenlies. So this is how you mark up your charts, right? You always use a higher time frame. Now, if you're intraday trading, you could also use these support levels at on smaller time frames, right? So, I mean, if I wanted to, for instance, if I were trading, if I were trading Amazon, right, this would be very important. This big long wick right here, because when price got right here in pre-market, man, they sold that thing off real hard, right? So I would definitely want to identify that. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to put one right there. And we see actually prices taking off. Guess that Fed news was some good news. And you can see it live right now how you could do that on intraday trades. And because, let me make this smaller. Once it breaks through there, you could put you another support line up here. I do it every day when I make entries. Um, I do it every day when I make entries. In fact, let me go and look at another chart real quick. Square, to give you an idea. I've been calling Square. I called Square yesterday, right? Let me get this. And I'm showing you how to trade off of support level. In this instance, a support level. Because what happens during support? Buyers step in, right? So yesterday, we had a big pullback in pre-market on the last 15-minute candle, right? And it came and bottomed out. Boop. Now, I had the support. Where's that? $60. Support was at 60, according to my markings, it was at 60.89, right? Well, it took that out, right? And it kind of went sideways for the most of the day, tapered off. I was able to get in right up in here during power hour, like I probably should be doing now. Um, but I'm in this. I'm actually in Square right now too. So that's what I was saying. Once I get off this video, I gotta get involved. But anyway, um, now I got stopped out right in here. I got stopped out. Now, what did I do? I'm waiting off a bounce for. I'm waiting for a bounce off of the support levels, right? But look at the volume down here. These lines at the bottom, right up in here, these are volume lines, right? And the volume was low. Now, you need two things in order to trade. You need price and you need volume, right? That's what I was saying earlier in the video. Well, if I was bearish on this like I was, right? If you come out the gate in the first 15-minute candle and price pulls down like this, hey, listen, this isn't uh, going in your direction. This is not about to be bullish, I should say. If you're bullish on this stock headed into, which was this was yesterday on Tuesday. If you were bullish that morning, when you don't want to see no huge candle like this, right? Because if it doesn't have enough volume, I'll get to that point in a minute. So we pull back hard. However, I'm knowing that we're at a support level. So I'm looking for a reversal. And then so price went up, it pulled back again to retest, and it created a higher low right here, right? I got in the trade. And then this big funky wick right here happened, and I got upset. And I said, well, my stop loss is on and whatnot. I have a very tight stop loss because why? All these alerts about to keep going on during this video. Not that that's a bad thing, but once I seen this pullback, I said, well, it ain't going to happen today probably, So I was hoping that we would get a spike in the latter part of the days when we got what? More volume. We actually did, right? But by that time, it had started creating lower lows. And so I was able to get back in because why? I stuck with the play because what did it drop? It dropped all of $1. From here, these lows to this low is all of $1. So that's telling me that there is what? Buying going on this stock, right? Now, look what happened this morning. Open. All of my alerts about to be going off. This morning we came in and price pulled back. Gave me a nice little bottoming tail right there. See that? And then it took out. It took off. Now, here's the thing. I'm at a support level, right? Look at all this consolidation. Look at all this through aftermarket, pre-market, all of this winding up, if you will, right? Well, it's doing that for a powerful move to the upside. It's all about timing and other things. Now, knowing that, and then I got what a lot of nice volume here. When it came out, the first 15-minute candle, boom, we had volume. Right now, that's a great, beautiful looking, healthy green candle. I wasn't too excited about it though, and here's why. The next candle is a inside candle, meaning it hasn't created a higher high nor a lower low. It hasn't taken out the previous candle's high. It hasn't taken out the previous candle's low. And look at the volume. So when the market opens and at the close of the market is when you will get the most of your you'll get the most volume of the day. You could look on any chart and you will see that. See that volume spike, taper off, and then we get some more towards the end. Same thing right here. Spike, taper off, spike. Same thing here. Spike, taper off, spike. Right now is this candle here was hella volume, right? Now, in order for this thing to really take off, now the setup is here, you all. That's really what I'm saying. The setup is here. There's nothing wrong with this trade. The setup is here. It's at a support. All we need is what? We need volume. We need volume. That's it. Now, I said just a minute ago that in the morning at the open, you get most of your volume. So I didn't need this to come out and play. By that, I mean, it didn't even take out yesterday's opening candle. Big, beautiful green candle, but it still didn't. This thing needs to come out in the beginning and take off. If it doesn't do it in the first candle, it certainly needs to do it in the second candle. This is why you have to be patient with your entry. Let the market settle. Let the market determine or figure out which direction it wants to go in. This is why you have to be patient. Because right here, we got good volume. Right here, we ain't get nothing. Matter of fact, we didn't even create a higher high. I would have felt even better if we had created a higher high, but we didn't. Rejected. Next candle, got plenty of volume, but where did it go? Yeah, it created a higher low. Yeah, it created a higher high, but look at the body of this candle. It kind of closed around, I don't know, about it retraced about 30% with, again, most of the volume is at the open, the beginning of trading session. So this isn't looking too promising. This wasn't looking too promising. In fact, I went in there and took me a nap because I was like, when is this thing? You know, trading is 90% waiting, 95 waiting, wait. You wait to wait for what you're waiting on. So that's what I'm showing you is the importance of volume and how that plays a major role in price action. It's the same thing over here now. Now we got this big, huge spike of volume. But even with that move, it still hasn't taken out. It did not take out this previous high, right? And now look at what it's doing. It's pulling back, right? The setup is there. You're trading. You're looking for a pivot. off of a support level, just ain't got enough volume going in our direction. Hope you all following what I'm saying. And we're headed into power hour, so that could all change real soon. But I'm hoping I'm making sense and helping you all to how you look at volume and how you look at support and resistance, right? Because this is when buyers are stepping in. I'm gonna say it again and notice. And here it is. It's right here on your face on the chart. When price got down right here, buyers stepped in. Look at that. Look at that bottom and tail. Buyer stepped in. Look what happened here. This one dropped. Plunge. Hit this level. Uh, Matter of fact, that's to the dollar. Wow. And that happens sometimes too. That's to the dollar of, okay, I had 60.86 as my support level. It got as low as 60.88. And price volume, buyers stepped in, pushed price back up, right? All right. Opened right here. Open right here, pulled back. Open right here, ran up and pulled all the way back down. Next candle, open here, pull back. They retested the support, hit the support, push. So it's bouncing. Buyers are stepping in. It's just not enough of them to push the stock to break it through these resistance levels, right? So volume is very important as well. Pay attention to volume that's going on in the chart and things like that. So this has been a half-hour video, and I need to get back to the markets, but I want to make sure that I'm covering everything that I'm supposed to be covering. Remember that support and resistance isn't a particular number. Remember that it is a space. It's a zone. It's a zone. That's what it is. It's a zone. And you create those zones. You create zones. Let me go back to Amazon. Let's go to the daily. Because that's all this is, right? Look at this. Look at these here. These two lines here from 108 to 102 is a zone, right? And price has been stuck and consolidated in these zones. This time was for nearly a week, and it's in this zone right here. When it breaks out of this zone, it's going to this zone, which has a little more range. Well, actually, I should put a line right there. That will be the next zone. Okay. So you want to catch things at a zone, a bounce off of a zone. That's what I'm ultimately trying to show you, how to catch pivots off of a reversal, off of a support or a resistance level. Now check this out, right? Now check this out. Here is my other resistance level, right? This is the resistance level, right? Remember, resistance means what? Selling is taking place, right? This is where they like to sell. All right. They love to buy. They love to buy right here. Why? Because they've done it 3 times. This is, you can say this is a triple bottom, okay? Which is a very bullish pattern, okay? Now, let's say if price gets up here. Let's say price is up here around in this area, right? That's when you should be mindful of what could happen, all right? Now, let's say it makes this same move right here, right? Let's say it makes this same move now. It's getting ready to make this same move. When it gets up here to this zone, up here to the top of this zone, look what happened. It opened, it surged, and then it fell off a cliff. Fell off a cliff. This is surely a bearish reversal candle. Okay. So what I'm saying is, just like you're getting in this pivot up here, be when you get up to the next zone, the resistance levels, be mindful of where you are, and be mindful of the fact that it could pull back and go the other way on you. But then again, maybe it'll go through. It may break through. Who knows? Just being patient, just being mindful, and just sticking to the very basic fundamentals. Now, I haven't said one thing about an indicator, right? I haven't said, oh, yeah, pay attention to your stochastic and whatnot. That's another video. But I will be doing that on the next, probably not the next video. I'll see. But I will be talking about indicators as well. People love them. But again, I love them. I got them. Look, I ain't fronting here. I'm not one of those people that's going to sit up here in front. But I do understand. It really helps me. Indicators help me in the moment, right? When I need to know something in the moment, right? Or if I need some confirmation in the moment. Because listen, I didn't need anybody to tell me that the market was bearish right here. I didn't need an indicator to tell me that. I didn't need the stochastic to tell me about this decline. I'm looking at the candles. I'm looking at the price. So I will be doing, hold on. Sorry about that. I kind of got an emergency going on, but anyway, let me calm down and get this message out to you all and get to my business. And I'm trading at the same time. This is crazy. But be mindful of where you are, where you are on the charts as it relates to price, because as it is right now, we just seen Amazon surge, right, and it just hit this resistance. We just saw it. This literally. Let's look at a smaller time frame. This literally just happened. Now, the good news is it did take out these other resistance levels. So there's a good chance that it will break out. Now, had it not taken out these levels here and reversed sharply like that, then we're going to the downside, buddy. But let's see what happened. I'm going to step out and say that I believe it's going to break through here real soon and take off. Why? Because this candle here, this red candle, it ain't do nothing but go right back here to this support level. Because now this is support. Look at my cursor. Look at that. I ain't even pay attention to what's going on over here. Ain't that the same? Ain't that still the same level? So it hit support again. It retraced about 50% of this big candle here. And we should get a move to the upside real soon and whatnot. All right. I'm going to end this video now. Remember to always mark your charts up using a macro view, using a large time frames, your weeklies, your monthlies. Maybe you want to do the yearly or definitely your daily. I'm not such a big fan of the 4-hour chart. A lot of people are doing markups and things like that. I try to keep it from the daily and bigger. And some people may even use a line chart. It's real easy to find your support and resistance levels on the line chart. It's the easiest to find, right? Again, let me reiterate. Think of it as a zone, not a specific price. not a candle, not a wick. It doesn't necessarily need to touch. The candlestick or the wick does not necessarily need to touch. Um, some people say that uh, the wicks don't count, right? And I don't understand that because price went there, right? What do you mean this doesn't count? Price went there, right? So it counts to me. I don't understand that, but people do what they do, and everybody. That's the thing about technical analysis, man. You know, there are rules to it, but at the same time, you have to do what works best for you. Um, you know, so in my opinion, all wicks count because it actually happened. It's not. I'm not making this. I'm not just throwing lines anywhere on the chart. Price actually went there, so uh, it matters to me. Um, Let me see. Yeah, that's about it. I went over everything. I'll be coming back, um, and maybe next week I think I'm going to talk about trend lines and channels and whatnot, and give you all some game on that. And but again, thanks for all the support and all the love that's been shown. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and help me grow the channel. I'll be doing technical analysis every week um, in these videos. Next week, we'll be doing trend lines and channels. So uh, hopefully you all come back. I appreciate you. Peace and love.